Trigger warning. And I'm gonna be using language that I'm not gonna play the TikTok game because my content doesn't get viewed anyway. So what's the fucking point? So I'm gonna be triggering a few people here. So the first question is, do you think you're a starseed or a chosen one? And if you've said yes, the chances are you're fucking not. Why? Because I don't see many, if not any of you, making any real change. Now, the sad fact is, most of you aren't following what's going off. You know, it's basically been uncovered via the Epstein files that our world is run by child-eating paedophiles. Why aren't you in outrage? All these people going around saying, oh, it's terrible, we've got to protect the kids, this, that, and the other, using immigration here in the UK and in America as an excuse and blaming it on them. All the while, these pages, these files come out with this horrific, satanic practices of the people that run and rule the world. Why isn't anybody doing anything about this? Well, it's because you've all been brainwashed and numbed. People like me get silenced. There are content creators out there, don't get me wrong, who are getting decent views on their content. People like me will just get hushed up, silenced, shadow banned. The point is here, and I'm not actually having to go at the lightworkers here, so if you're a fluffy wuffy lightworker, then this isn't having a pop at you. Your job's different. I'm having a pop at these so-called chosen ones who come on here giving it all this. Where's your exposure? You're not a chosen one. You're a fraud. You might have some psychic abilities, but you're a fraud. You don't want to talk about this. You want to protect your precious status within the platforms. You want to protect your precious status within the community. What if that was one of your kids? I don't have kids, but even I can see the horror of it. Now, I saw something the other day, and it was by a former police officer who worked in the kind of paedophile crime unit. And they estimate in the UK, 1 in 4 households, 1 in 4 has a paedophile in it. Absolutely horrific. Now, if you take those stats and you say 1 in 4 household has one in it, that's 1 in 4 households has a demon person in it. And that's just one section. We're not talking about rape. We're not talking about murder. And we're not talking about the lesser debase crimes such as drug abuse, fraud, theft, etc. Now, when you look at that as a whole, my fucking God, we're up against it. But the true ones, the real ones who are trying to expose this stuff, who are trying to get people to stand up and make a change, are being null and void. We're being wiped out, smudged. Because the sad fact is, so many of these false prophets, these false chosen, these false starseeds are just thinking about themselves. Now, I know with how I read, I can help people to change their lives. I can make a real difference, and it's raw and it's brutal sometimes. And sometimes I get into an argument with the person because they will not listen. The cards come from source. I am the delivery tool. But we just get silenced. You have to see beyond the veil. You have to see behind this illusion, this act. You're being brainwashed. You're a sheep. And if you want real change, if you actually want to protect children, we have to start talking about this. I get it will trigger trauma in people, so go and get some proper help. But without this exposure and without us actually standing up and doing, what's the point? What's the point? You got all these false idiots running around talking about the ascension process and let's float up there. All the while we are living in this cesspit and being controlled. And all that's going to happen is people are going to go, my God. And a lot of people will just go, oh, it can't be real. Denial. And this time, in a few months' time, we'll have forgotten about. We'll have forgotten that the world is run by child raping, eating paedophiles. Just let that sink in. Are you not horrified if you're still here? You're not a starseed. You're certainly not a chosen one. You're a fraud. You're a coward. You're channeling dark energies, pretending to be light. If you are a true chosen one, if you're a true starseed, you are here to bring the change. So bring it.